It's always live earlier than like
Yeah,
we're
it's
always
like,
sitting there.
it's live right now. It just, if you hit it.
You okay, Adi? I'm pretty sure it's live. And we're live, ladies and gentlemen, here from the War Room in the legendary football pool. We have 123 participants, and they're all vying for one spot, and one spot only, the most prestigious award that you could ever win.
The greatest accomplishment this lifetime has to offer. Everyone, once again, back by popular demand, it's your commissioner of the NFL 2021 Legendary Football Pool. And it gives me great pride, it gives me great honor and pleasure to introduce the one, the only, world's greatest co-host to a live football pool update in the history of the universe, Mr. Samuel Ennis.
How's it going? Johnny O, fancy to see you here. I was just checking. I couldn't believe it, but we've made it through 14 weeks, Johnny. 14 out of 18 regular season weeks, that is.
Wow, it's been a minute to say the least, Samuel. I can't believe it. You can't believe it. We didn't know if we'd have the longevity, the endurance to survive an extra week and all the playoffs in the Super Bowl as co-host and host together here for the live football pool update of such a legendary pool with legendary participants. But the numbers are turning, and it looks like we're almost being favored to endure and finish and thrive with this update segment. So thank you, Samuel. Thank you for all the energy and all the wisdom you've shared with everyone week in and week out.
And the bye weeks are over. The wind is whipping. The snow is falling. It's football weather. And we have people making legendary football picks so far, Johnny O. And what we're going to start off with here is we have Mr. Joe Blaze, the best 2021, a top fantasy player in the National Fantasy League. This guy had his best week yet picking. We had Joe Blaze, 24 points. That's 12 correct picks. Congratulations.
12 correct picks. And the gentleman often in all these fantasy leagues and pools, his name is the best of. And it's really, it's just irritates me that he more often than not is the best of. But good for him. Joe Blaze rivaling another Joe, a new participant named Joe versus an old participant, a long-time traditional participant from the very beginning of the legendary football pool, the one, the only, Coach Joe Semler, 24 points, right neck and neck. Some great rivalries breeding in this legendary football pool, especially among Joes.
I'd say Joe 1 and Joe 2, but I think we have a Joe 3 and a Joe 4 out there too, Johnny O. Now, moving on, not a Joe, but we got a Tom Johnson, TJ, the Cowboys fan. We went from a guy in Philadelphia to now a Cowboys fan, and we've been mentioning him a couple of times on this segment because I remember us talking about the Cowboys, and I don't like talking about the Cowboys. So with that being said, we're going to move on. Congratulations, Tom Johnson, 24 correct points.
Go, Joe and Tom. Go, Joe and Tom. We got Joe's, Tom's, and we got a really other very common name, Zamir Verji. Zamir Verji with 26 points. My goodness, I remember way back when, long ago, him coming to my desk, getting vehicles moved around, being a stellar lot guy, assistant there, working the lot, moving the vehicles around, and what an opportunity to sell cars. But, the trainer there, Carlos Pevez, he didn't like the idea. He didn't think the kid could sell cars. He went to Kia, downtown Kia, became a top salesman there, and now rivaling my old store, Duick Marine, selling cars at the Duick downtown, living his dream, super proud of Mr. Z, Zamir Verji. Proud of his car salesmanship, but prouder of his picking abilities in the legendary football pool.
And yes, Johnny O, we got to give this guy credit because he only had one incorrect pick and lost by the tiebreaker. What a week this guy has. But sometimes people just have a little bit better of a week. So I hope we can have another good week next week. And if you had this many correct picks next week, you'll probably win because I don't see anybody doing this again. This was an impressive one. Another good friend of mine living here in the lower mainland area for the first time. I must have got him into watching enough football that this guy can make some stellar picks like this. The kimchi taco. That's Korean, and he's not Mexican, so I guess he just likes tacos. You can see for yourself in this next video off the top of the dome. Didn't even have to ask him for this one. Again, we had only one incorrect pick and then won by the tiebreaker. Lucky, because he did take Arizona to be able to cover the spread on Monday night. That didn't happen, but then put him into the tiebreaker, or else he would have had all the picks correct this week. Too bad he didn't put a pick in Vegas, or else he would need the $50 from the legendary football pool. Without further ado, no need to hear from me anymore. I didn't have as good a week as this guy. Roll the tape, Johnny.
There we go. Let's see it. Here we go. We have him. We have him here coming on the segment live. Let's see if I can get...
Life's good, can't complain.
What's up, legendary football pool? My name's Charles. You might know me as Kimchi Taco. Happy to finish number one. Look at that insane fucking rainbow right there. That's crazy. Don't know what to tell you. Life's good, can't complain. Looking forward to next week. I remember the last guy challenged people.
One last thing, I need to officially call out Nick Panacci. You're slacking. I'm coming for you. You're gonna lose again this week. Even my wife's gonna beat you. Suck it. Suck it.
Well, I'm gonna challenge a few people for next week. Number one, Sam talks too much. Number two, Joe, he talks way too much. Number three, Cruz, he talks a lot too. And number four, Tyler, he doesn't really talk. Have a great day, guys.
Have a great day, guys.
Have a great day. Wow, shots fired all over the place.
Wow.
Kimchi Taco, Charles Kim representing the Korean segment of the pool. We got Wilson So, Ed Koo, and Sunny Jung. They're all sitting at home wishing they were number one in the Korean world for pick making, but not this year, not so far. Charles Kim, and shots fired all over the place. Lots of rivalries brewing. Korean rivalries of people that talk, that don't talk. I think Tyler does talk, though. He was on one segment.
Well, here we are. Johnny, how you feeling, man?
But talking aside, ethnicity aside, he won the week. Wow.
Yes, and a great week it was. But as you said, we have a ton of different rivalries. We obviously have Boris and Bartanis. We have Calvero and Panacci. We got Kimchi versus steak and potatoes, and kimchi versus pasta. We got it all. It's just really, they're coming out of the woodwork. I think we even have anonymous ones coming out.
Yeah, with that said, we actually had an anonymous participant. He's keeping his identity safe. He wasn't the most comfortable.
He probably doesn't want us to know what kind of food he likes, because I'm not able to guess.
There you go, exactly. But let's hear what he has to say. It was important to him. He came to me. He wanted to remain anonymous, and he wanted his voice heard in the legendary football pool. So we're going to give him the opportunity. Come on the segment.
We give everyone the chance to do their talking, Johnny.
Hello, fellow participants. I'm here tonight to call out Coach Andrew Bartanis. I still, as we approach the end of the regular 2021 football season, I still feel sick to my stomach and have nightmares after seeing Coach Andrew's ass way back in week 3. Still makes me sick to my stomach. So, I'm here tonight wearing this blue suit to protect my identity, to petition to the rest of the league to prevent him from being able to pick. We all should be disgusted. But, as for that guy, Boris Lee, God, he's having a hell of a season.
There it is.
Johnny, a little bit of bias for Boris Lee there, I think, but I think we can all agree that we did not like seeing Coach Andrews behind, and I will petition that we never see that again, but I can't guarantee that we can't have him make his picks because he's been doing a great job this year making his picks. He is up there. But with that being said, let's talk about the people who make great picks every single week to put themselves in the position to get their name mentioned in the Legendary Football League. Starting with number 6 with 233 points. He's won 1 week already, so that's one of the reasons that he's up here. Feed the Zeke, Sean Matheson, another Cowboys fan mentioned on this update this week.
Great pick making, great picking. Feed the Zeke, 233 points. Sean Matheson, but close in front. Brianna Robinson, also 233 points. She's been up here every single week on and off, really putting a stamp in the winners section every single chance she gets with her name on it. Congratulations and great pick making from currently our female leader of the participants in the Legendary Football Pool, Brianna Robinson, 233 points.
She's getting mentioned every week, Johnny, so she's been making consistent picks every single week, and that's what really makes a great Legendary Football Pool or a Legendary Football Pool picker is consistency. This guy has been consistently just running up the ranks here, climbing the ladder, because he didn't get mentioned until last week. We just found out who he was. We got Jay Pint, Mr. Pinto. He is up there with 233 points as well. Congratulations.
Jay Pint. Thank you, Reese Lobo, for recruiting such a great pick maker. All thanks to Reese for continually recommending his friends. If you know friends that are great pick makers, we don't want just anyone, not anyone. You have to be nominated from a participant in the pool and second by an admin of the pool to get into the Legendary Football Pool. So if you're in this pool, it's because you have been established and recognized as one of the best pick makers in the history of the universe. So if you know someone with this kind of caliber of pick making skills, get ready for next year. And Reese Lobo sure did when he brought in Jay Pint, and you know, your commissioner did when he brought in Strider Armstrong, because Strider Armstrong is right there in third place of all 123 participants at 233 points, and also recruited another great pick maker, not only any great pick maker, but another Armstrong, his brother, Nathan Armstrong. So leading by example, setting the stage for his brother to follow with great pick making for the rest of this year and future seasons to come. Thank you, Strider.
Yes, sir. Strider Strong making another great run at the top spot, but he didn't make it there yet. Neither did this guy, but this guy, with a good week, has vaulted himself into a second position with only 2 games behind the number 1 leader. I think you guys all know who that is. He hasn't been taken over yet. Mr. Joe Fireman, Joe Semler, Joe 272, whatever you want to call him, 237 points. That's only 2 games behind the leader of the Legendary Football Pool. So clap it up for Mr. Joe, Coach Joe, Fireman Joe. It doesn't matter what you call him. Just don't call him late for dinner.
And you never would. Coach Joe's always on time, especially when it comes to making picks, and great picks at that.
How about for dinner?
I'm trying to think the last time I went to dinner with Coach Joe, maybe in the earlier days, probably more for a drink, but
maybe if Coach Joe wins the whole kit and caboodle, he'll take us out for dinner, Johnny.
I don't know. You know, we could definitely petition for that. I think Coach Joe, he's got a good shot at it, good kick of the can here, to say the very least. But edging him out, still 4 points, 2 games.
He's been in the lead for maybe 10 weeks, I think.
You know, I always cheer for everyone and to get their best picks in and do the very best. But I will say I do have bias, and when it comes down to it, ultimately, I'm always going to cheer for the original participants first. Seniority applies in my books for loyalty and all the rest. So we'll see if Joe can do it. He's on his heels. He might take down the modest champ, but hard not to like that Alexander Michi. He's a pretty well-spoken, stand-up young gentleman, to say the least.
Yeah, he had 20 points this week, so not even a bad week. Just Coach Joe really stuck it to him there with 24 points. So he's gaining. Any good week can really raise you up the ranks there, ladies and gentlemen. So you do need to make sure you get your best picks in. We have a game this week, a very big one actually. The Kansas City Chiefs rolling into LA to face the Chargers. It's a divisional game. The line's been changing already. I'm not sure what we have it set at. Make sure you guys get your best picks in as soon as possible so you don't have to hear from Ken or John. You don't want to hear from any O. You just get those picks in, baby.
You hear from the O's, you pick the O's, Sammy, and that's the people that don't need to be reminded are always picking better. I noticed that.
That's true. It's almost like they have their mind on the games they've been watching since Monday. The lines are changing, and they're taking what they think is the best. Because we do set our line, I believe, on Tuesday morning. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave you on this. Good afternoon, good evening. The Packers are still number one, and good night. Let's go! First in the NFC. We got the first spot. In the history of not only this universe, but many other universes across the metaverse. We're starting our own metaverse, the legendary football metaverse. You must make your picks online with Habbo Hotel Money.